If you had COVID, would you tell anyone? It's Morningstar News. So there's this article in the Atlantic talking about how people aren't disclosing that that they have COVID-19 or that they ever had it. So people get it, quarantine, get over it, and just never tell anybody. And I think that's kind of interesting, because I guess there's some stigma around it. There's some anxiety around just disclosing it. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. Take a look at the article. On a personal note, I feel like I wouldn't want to tell anyone either. Especially now when cases are really high and everything. I mean, obviously, we're not going out anywhere. We haven't been out anywhere this year. Honestly, we haven't left the house since the beginning of 2021. But if we had it, I don't think we'd want to tell anyone until this is all over and done with. There's just anxiety surrounding it, and people being scared of people who had it and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely understand that sentiment. So yeah, take a look at the article. It's kind of interesting. They go into why people might be doing this. Now in Canada, the Durham region, that's where I'm currently staying. There's a couple who tested positive for the UK variant of the coronavirus. They said they hadn't gone anywhere and they had been in contact with anyone. But now reports are saying that they may have came into contact with someone who was in the UK. So yeah, they're hiding something, it seems like it might be. Because I mean, and it's concerning because this is spreading via the community, right? If they didn't travel to the UK, they haven't been traveling. Someone came here and gave it to them. So it's kind of concerning that well, first of all, that they're not being upfront about who they may have been in contact with. I mean, I guess it's understandable that maybe you forgot or maybe you just don't know. You might have been out and it's not one of your friends or something. But so yeah, this is just under investigation. I know there have been more reports of the UK variant in Ontario in Canada, but that Durham region one, again, where we're staying now, that was the first reported, and yeah, so now they're under investigation. All right, and the last story for you here today is a story about someone who stayed in the Chicago O'Hare Airport for almost 3 months because they were afraid to go home. Now, this story is interesting. Come to find out, they found a pass, ID of someone who actually works at the airport, so they were able to get in and out of certain areas. That they restricted areas that they otherwise wouldn't have gotten into. So that's kind of shady. But it's interesting, yeah. He lived in California and he didn't want to go home, so he just stayed in the airport. And I think these kind of stories are really interesting because people are really going out of the way to stay safe because it's scary out there, right? So yeah, I just thought that was an interesting story. He's been arrested, and I think there's a federal charge being levied against him and a misdemeanor. And so yeah, they once they figured this out. But it took 3 months to figure out, right? So that's kind of wild as well. Someone just living in the airport, and no one's figured it out. It took 3 months to figure it out. So yeah, that's kind of interesting, this story. Again, links in the description. So yeah, COVID, it's bigger than ever. It's still out there, and this is the world we live in now. Yeah, so just keeping an eye on things daily. Don't want to report on it too much. There's nothing really new. I mean, the vaccine is out there, and the rates are still going up and up, and deaths are going up and up, and it's just a mess. But yeah, like we said, that's the world we live in. Hope everybody is doing all right, but yeah. So take care.